With Comic Frontline at a strong, consistent, steady pace, I turned my attention back on Dark Avenger C86, the channel I have ignored now over about 4 years. It was then I realized that the lack of content led to the lack of faith in Dark Avenger C86 and the lack of viewers. Dark Avenger C86 was at its most crucial moment, so I decided to make a final push, but not going under the title Dark Avenger. Instead, I would use my pen name, Chris Ventura, under the title Dark Avenger C86. With the lack of content for so many years, we all were about to see if Dark Avenger C86 still had enough inside it to come back.
As of this moment, this is transitioning from 299 all the way back to number 1. The whole channel, this entire channel, everything is done. So basically, everything you know about this channel is now officially over. To your knowledge, everything is over. We are canceling everything, including this live show. Everything is canceled on this channel.
Oh.
But the good news is, over the next 2 days, we will be announcing all the new stuff you will be seeing on this channel. Some of the stuff you're used to seeing. For example, the major show, I guess, is Dark Avenger Live will be continuing. It will be probably 2 to 3 times a month, because there is a week where I will be on Brand's zone, where I will be man, this sucks.
Well, you'll be doing.
I'll be doing Zone 4 with Brand, Mike, Lisa, and possibly Michael. So that week will not be Dark Avenger Live. So 3 Fridays out of the month will be Dark Avenger Live, where I will be on here. Dan will be here if he's off. Cindy will be back to doing Minecraft, and we'll be talking comic books. We'll be answering your guys' questions. Everything, like I said, is canceled. Except for, of course, I told you guys, the indie review is immune to anything that's going on this channel until 100. But there is going to be a lot of stuff coming your guys' way very soon. Now, obviously, there's the 300th comic review. There will be an announcement there. There are other videos. Now, again, the announcements are not limited to new shows, new things. We just lost Cindy. Hopefully, Cindy will come back. There will be new things coming to this channel, and they will be announced in special videos. But some of the old stuff will continue. When I started, I want to build it back up to the way it was. Let me see, Cindy sent something. Every series is canceled, and the first series that has been re-announced is Dark Avenger Live. So all you guys know is Dark Avenger Live is still around. There's going to be major changes to this channel. For years, when I first started this channel and moving forward with the comic reviews, I really worked very hard on this channel, and I really tried to build it up to the best it could be. And then, unfortunately, in the past couple of years, I want to say 3 or 4 years, maybe 3 years, a lot of things on this channel I neglected due to group work, which I'm not blaming the group because I love doing my group work, and we'll always be doing Comic Frontline and all other channels like Brooklyn Boys. But I stopped really doing a lot of work on this channel to focus on that, and then stuff going on at home, stuff in general. So I really let this channel fall into the monotonous comic review, indie review, or indie review, comic haul, maybe a live show, and that's it. I did, however, go back in time, and I really researched this channel a lot, and I now can see exactly, I've really looked at all the things that I know people really enjoyed on this channel. I really looked deep into this channel, at the numbers of on the videos, at the comments and views. So major things are going to be coming for this channel. I'm really going to be putting a lot of work back into this channel, while still working on Zone 4 and while still working on Comic Frontline. There's going to be a lot of things you're going to see. Some things are going to be weekly. Most things are going to be sporadic. You can say hi. Say hi. There you go. We're going to see. We're going to work on a lot of different things. 300 is going to be an announcement. All the announcements are going to be base announcements based on, you know, what I've come up with thus far. Is it just comic books? I can tell you guys right now, no. It is definitely not just comic books. There is definitely extra stuff that I will be doing. But anyway, lots of really, really, really great things are coming, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think of all the new things and all the new series that I have planned for this channel. It's definitely going to connect to all of the websites that I'm working with, all the groups that I'm working with, and it's going to be fun. Now, I hope.
So the morning stream. A live show that Brant and I started approximately 1.5 to 2 years ago, where we would wake up at ridiculously early in the morning and put on a show for you guys where we would discuss comics, video games, toys, play some games. Most of the first couple of the morning stream live shows were myself watching Brant either play Vanish, or I forgot the other horror game. We brought the morning stream back a little while back. We brought it back. We tried to start it over again where we would record late at night, and then I would set the show to go live at about 8 in the morning instead, where Brant started playing Alien Isolation. So unfortunately, scheduling and stuff like that fell into hard times, and the morning stream unfortunately went to into a hiatus, so to speak. The good news is, myself and Brant, will be bringing back the morning stream. It'll be back to the old format where we'll be recording approximately 4 or 5 in the morning, late at night, right before we head to bed instead, and then it'll be posted obviously in the morning. However, the show is going to be more of a wide variety show. We don't want to just focus on gaming. We are going to be talking about a wide variety of things. It's going to be a really fun time where we're just going to get together in the morning, talk about some stuff, maybe about an hour and a half, and just have a really great time. It's a bird. No. It's a plane. No. It's a podcast. That's right, guys. It's a podcast is officially coming back. However, we're changing up the format. The original format was, It's a Podcast was me on a podcast talking about comic book news, games, everything, together, just me, really sitting down. Either Mike was with me or Brant sometimes popped on It's a Podcast. And we literally just talked about everything nerd, geek related. We finished all the announcements for tonight or today. So stay tuned for more news tomorrow. There's a nice amount of announcements tomorrow as well. And I think some of you guys are going to like it. And, things have to go somewhere. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they just will float off into the unknown space. Like I said, you're just going to have to wait and find out. I'm very excited. I'm really happy with all these announcements. We're working on a few ideas specifically for the morning stream, morning themed related, even though we'll be recording it late at night. So that's it for this announcement, guys. The morning stream will officially be back. We're not renumbering it. We're just going to move forward where we're at right now, but the morning stream will return very soon. When, I'm not 100% sure, but we're hoping to do a morning stream within the next couple of weeks. Maybe next week, if not, hopefully definitely the week after. But the morning stream is officially a sporadic, ongoing series for this channel. So I'm really excited about that. I hope you guys are too. There's a lot more announcements to come, so stay tuned. Outside the Pages, the show where I take you guys away from the comic reviews, away from the reviews in general, and comic talk, and give you guys just a video about myself. Outside the Pages has been a series that I've been doing here and there and everywhere, where I take you guys outside everything I do on my channel normally, and it's basically my own little vlog series. So this is the announcement that Outside the Pages will be staying. It will be still a random show every time and again. It'll be maybe once a week, not once a week, but maybe once every other week. Basically anywhere I go outside the house. I like doing Outside the Pages, as you guys can see, outside. So it's basically going to be a vlog of things that I do away from comic books. It's everything but the stuff that I normally do on my channel. And a lot of people really enjoy watching Outside the Pages because I do a lot of random things. One thing I did want to mention, though, that I didn't say on the live show that I realized I didn't say about an hour after,
is I've always been classified as Dark Avenger C86, and even the group was called Dark Avenger Inc. And what we wanted to do was, the reason we went to Comic Frontline was to break away from the Marvel-centric title. And even on this channel, I tried to break away from the my Marvel-centric title and just call myself Chris Ventura. One thing that I wanted to do, as I'm basically relaunching my channel without relaunching it, I'm really just making a big change, I'm shaking the channel up, is I have always been classified as Dark Avenger C86, or at least Chris the Dark Avenger. And as much as it is Marvel-centric, because Avenger, and there was a Dark Avengers comic, and Avenger is technically Marvel, but there is a series in Dynamite that has Avenger in it. The Avenger is a Dynamite title. I really like that as my title. I mean, you know, Mike, Comic Book Corner 2.0, his name is Mike Spider-Slayer, and that's his Marvel-centric title. Cat's main picture is of Spider-Girl, Marvel again. It took me a long time to come up with a name for my channel, and Dark Avenger C86 was the name I came up with, and I fell in love with the title, and I didn't know there was a comic book at the time until after I created the channel, and obviously I adapted the title to my channel a bit. But since then, I'd like to say that I really broke away from the Marvel version of the title, and I really made Dark Avenger my own. So I'm really, the one thing I'm aiming for by the end of this weekend, this celebration, is to take back that title. And yes, my name is Chris Ventura, and that is a pen name, by the way. A lot of people don't know that Chris is my real first name, but Ventura is not my real last name. But I really want to readapt and bring back the Dark Avenger brand. The DA logo is all over the place. Dark Avenger C86 is how you find my channel on YouTube. You go to youtube.com/Dark Avenger C86. So I really want to bring back Dark Avenger C86. So I'm going to really be working on redoing my channel with, you know, supporting the original name, the original title for this channel since I launched it. I stopped around 200, and I really started focusing on just calling my channel, you know, by my name. But I really want to go back to the main title. I don't want to do too much for this video because I know you guys don't want to have a whole episode. So this is where I'm going to leave it off. I'm really looking to bring the Dark Avenger brand back. I apologize that the live show was all over the place. It's a live show. Crazy stuff like that happened. And I hope you guys really enjoy all the announcements before seeing this video and after this video tomorrow, because I really worked hard on a lot of these announcements. The Chris and Brant Show. For a long time on this channel, Brant and I have sporadically done spur-of-the-moment live shows, whether it be reviewing a straight-to-DVD animated movie for DC Comics, or on Comic Frontline discussing the all-new, all-different Marvel. Brant and I always find a topic or a DVD movie or even a series to talk about and review. The big thing here is, and to compare it to the morning stream, whereas the morning stream is going to be a random assortment of news and stuff like that, comics and video games, all kind of trying to keep that morning theme to it, the Chris and Brant Show is going to be for a specific topic. For example, a DVD review, a movie review, an event review, breaking news discussion. So it's going to be a specific topic. These shows are going to be random at completely different times. We could be recording a live show at 5 in the morning, but these are shows that are going to be here and there. There's no planning the Chris and Brant Show. This is just one of those shows that's randomly going to pop up from now and again. Brant and I have done several review shows already. Like I said, you can find them on my channel. You can check out our all-new, all-different Marvel Now #1's discussion that lasted about 2 hours. It's going to be spur of the moment. It'll have a specific topic, and hopefully you guys will catch it live. If not, as always, just like with the morning stream, if you can't watch it live, feel free to comment on the videos, and we will answer your comments in the comments below. I'm really happy that we finally got a title for this series, and I'm really happy that moving forward we will definitely be doing a lot more of the Chris and Brant Show. Again, though, it's a sporadic show, so unfortunately I can only tweet maybe an hour or two before we do it, and if we do it really late at night, I doubt a lot of you will see it, but you'll have it in the morning when you guys wake up. It won't be the morning stream, but at least it'll be a really cool video to watch, and Brant and I are really excited for that as well. So stay tuned, lots more really great announcements. The 300th comic review is coming up, and there is going to be a major announcement right before the 300th comic review. So stay tuned, and Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are for the 300 Comic Review celebration. A new podcast coming to this channel, collaborating with Zone4Podcast.com, is coming your guys' way, and it's coming quick. It's called The Wild Card Podcast. Now, yesterday, you guys know I announced that It's a Podcast was changing. It was going to be me with a guest talking about a random subject. Well, The Wild Card will be taking over a piece of the format of It's a Podcast and going a step further. It's going to live up to its name. The Wild Card Podcast is going to be a very random podcast, touching on topics with comics, movies, TV, anime, toys, news, breaking news, anything, whether it be geek related, in the news related, anything. The Wild Card Podcast is going to be the randomest podcast there is. It will be about anything. And the cast members will also be a random thing for now. So the wild card is coming, but will not be around until probably the beginning of fall, just because I need the time, A, to work on a good format for the show, and B, to see if I can get a nice cast together, or if I choose to do it on my own or with Michael. So for right now, the wild card is coming really soon. It will be both on this channel and featured on Zone4Podcast.com, along with It's a Podcast, Hall of Toys, and Hit Points. So look forward to this podcast really soon. I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. Stay tuned. There are a lot more big announcements today, and they're coming your guys' way quick. This is the last day of the 300 Comic Review celebration, and there are still big things to be announced. If you like wrestling, you're going to love this announcement. Working together with Zone 4, Brant, myself, and a possible third podcaster, we will be teaming up starting this September to bring you guys 1, 2, 3 podcast. A podcast based and surrounding wrestling. Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, WWE, who knows, maybe even other shows connected like Tough Enough, NXT. We'll see where it goes, but starting this September, we will be doing a most likely weekly podcast talking about wrestling. The matches, talking about the wrestlers, wrestling news, and stuff like that. And we will also be overviewing and reviewing the shows. Really not much else at this time. I'm sure Brant will be expanding on it on Zone 4. The podcast itself will be live on Zone 4, and the video podcast will be live on this channel. I'm not sure how Brant's going to work it. It might be on this channel and then link back to Zone 4. I don't know how we're doing it yet, but this is a podcast connected to Zone 4, and it's all about the wrestling. So if you're ready, we're about to jump into a whole new ballpark, and we're all very excited, and I hope you guys are too. So until next month, starting in September, will be 1, 2, 3 podcast. Till then, guys, see you in the next announcement. For the next announcement, it's a series that was on this channel, but we're renaming it, renumbering it. I believe this is the only one that's getting renumbered, at least up to this point. Yeah, because this is about the second announcement, the third. Comics Point 3 has officially been canceled. As I said, all shows are officially canceled, but it will be returning as Comics to the Third. Myself, Michael, and Kevin, every once in a while, Kev's not here anymore, so let's pretend Spider-Man here is Kevin. Myself, Michael, and Kevin will get together, sit down at this table or another table, and discuss comic books, comic news, comic whatever. Really just a three-way discussion between the three of us. Mike and I discuss a lot of stuff on Frontline Live. We talk about it on Dark Avenger Live. So, Comics to the Third. Another returning / new series, since it is retitled and renumbered. So, there's your announcement here, guys. Stay tuned. There will be a lot more announcements over the next 2 days, and a lot more things to come. So, see you guys then.
Hey, everyone.
Alright, guys, we're in the home stretch. Only 2 more big major announcements to go
before the end of all the announcements on this 300th comic review celebration. And these last two announcements are all about the main show that you guys see on this channel each and every week, or the main shows. Namely, the Dark Avenger comic book review and the indie review. Now, as I've already stated, the indie review is immune to any of the changes that will be mentioned in this announcement and the next until after episode 100. And unfortunately, in doing that, the Dark Avenger comic book review is also held up until after the indie review reaches episode 100. The announcement is that as of episode 100 of the indie review, myself and Michael will be not ending. Ending is a very strong word. The Dark Avenger comic book review show will be stopping, and in its place will become the world's finest comic review. It will not be renumbered. We are going to be doing it a different way. Instead of calling it episode, for example, 305, because I believe that's what the number will be when episode 100 of the indie review hits, it will be changing to week 305, and it's going to say World's Finest Reviews, week 305, semicolon, whatever book or books we'll be reviewing. So this channel will be going to a single to group of comic reviews. Instead of one gigantic show, we will be either individually or in small groups reviewing all the books that we read in a single week. The best thing I could do is I'm going to be separating the reviews. So if you don't like a book, you don't have to watch the video. And if you do like a specific book, you'll have the video right there. So solo and group reviews are where we are going to be going starting this fall. The Dark Avenger comic book review will be ending, and the world's finest comic review week will begin. So we are not dropping any of our comic reviews. We will still be reviewing all the comics we get. However, the reviews will be first split between this channel and Comic Frontline, and second goes into the next announcement, which I'm going to let you guys hang a little bit until you see the next announcement. But that's how we're going to be working this channel now. It's good because it'll help us work on uploading more videos to Frontline, and it's good, it'll help separate some videos on here for you guys. So I hope you like this. There is a part 2. Stay tuned. The video is coming up next. Alright guys, here it is, the final announcement before we get to the 300th comic review celebration. In the last announcement, I announced that we are going to be changing the review format to a solo to group comic review format for this channel as of the beginning of September. Well, in partnership with the solo and comic review and group comic reviews, remember when I said that if I reviewed a comic on Comic Frontline, I wasn't going to do a second solo review on this channel? So where is that book going to go? Because I know you guys are going to want to hear my thoughts on it on this channel. I am officially introducing or announcing that at the end of each week, Mike and I will have a comic book show called the Comic Book Recap, which is going to be a show where we take all the books that we reviewed, solo or grouped, on this channel or Frontline, and we're taking all the books we read in the previous week and giving you guys the final show. I know a lot of you guys were fans of the roundout at the end of each and every one of my comic reviews before I stopped doing it. I believe I stopped doing the roundout at around 215, 220, and I know a lot of you guys were asking me to bring it back. Well, the comic book recap is going to be just that. We are going to be taking all of our books and in 15 to 20 minutes or less, rounding out all the books that we've reviewed, both indie and big 2, in one show. So it's going to be basically a very brief review or a very brief recap of all the books we read and our thoughts on them. As soon as the indie review hits 100 and its immunity to these two announcements is done, that's where we're aiming to go with this channel and with the comic reviews moving forward. As we read our books, we're just going to throw out solo and group reviews. I think it'll be great. And then the recap will be just all of the books that we read
all together for one more final hurrah and one more final thought. I hope you guys really like this new format that we're planning for this channel. Feel free to comment below your thoughts, and if you like it, let us know. And so guys, hope you enjoyed all these announcements. Stay tuned.
Unfortunately, due to the lack of content and neglect on Dark Avenger C86 for so many years, the final push wouldn't work. Some series would not even get to see their first episode before, in my eyes, I felt the final push wasn't working. Eventually, the world's finest comic review slowly fused back together into the original layout, the Dark Avenger comic book review, and everything else slowly went back to the norm that was on Dark Avenger C86. Soon after, close to my 350th comic review, I'd make a decision that would change Dark Avenger forever.